20th edition of the APSA Cape Epic is the most competitive ever. The world's premier mountain bike stage race has seen the men's leaders jersey change hands 3 times, and just 2.5 minutes separates the top 2 women's teams. This 2-person, 8-day stage race traverses South Africa's Western Cape. The landscape is as spectacular as it is rugged. The bespoke 605-kilometre course climbs 16,050 metres through rough, rocky trails, rolling vineyards and manicured single track. Today is stage 5, and we have Olympic champions gunning for a win. Today is one of the shortest stages, and at 70 kilometres, it is likely to suit the cross-country specialists. It's a loop out of Wellington through the wild road trails. There are technical climbs and wild roller coaster downhills. Plenty of opportunity for the teams to make a break over the 1,750 metres of climbing. The highlight will be the Toyota Cup section known as the Golden Mile. Currently in third in the overall, we have Bart Megamo, Hunspecking and Bart Alman, just over 5 minutes off the pace after a difficult day yesterday. Just 2 minutes off the lead, we have World Bicycle Relief, Nino Schurter and Sebastian Finney, and in the yellow leaders jersey, for the first time in this race, we have 2018 winner Howard Fox and defending champion Matthew Fears for Toyota Specialized 91. With almost 16 hours of racing in their legs, the men's elite teams head out of Wellington for the last time. There have been 5 main contenders for each of the wins so far, but there's a stacked field of talent and we're all hungry for a win. Today is slightly cooler, and in the shorter distance, it's going to be an exciting day of racing. 2016 Olympic champion Nino Schurter is leading the charge today. He and teammate Sebastian Finney need to put pressure on Toyota Specialized 91 in yellow if they are to have any chance of chipping away at the 2-minute gap in the overall. On the halfway point, they have been averaging 27 kilometers an hour. World Bicycle Relief, Toyota Specialized 91 in Canyon City are at the sharp end, with Paul Helbert, Simon Schneller, and 2016 technical Ulrich Huber. Schurter's been pushing the pace for a whole race, but hasn't realized that his partner Finney is having a bad day. He didn't recover well from yesterday, and it's his turn to break. On the last time, Schurter had to drop back, but he's hard and don't understand himself. There's still 2 days to go, and these 2 riders know the trails inside out. Toyota Specialized 91 and Canyon City lead World Bicycle Relief, and it's not long before Canyon City also drops the pace. Silva went to the hard too early and can't maintain the pace. Time for Toyota Specialized 91 to take advantage of the weakness. They charge through the farmland all along the track. There's no way the other teams can catch them with the years of the head. The lead is confident to finish by in 2 hours and 46 minutes. It's the first win for Gears and Fox for this year in Cape Epic, and all the world special on his yellow jersey. Second across the line is Canyon City, 12 seconds over, and in third is World Bicycle Relief, 57 seconds off today's pace. The stage 5 podium has World Bicycle Relief in third, almost 3 minutes off the GC. In second is Canyon City, fourth in the GC. And today's winners for Toyota Specialized 91 has the gear from the Howard Fox. They retain the yellow second jersey going into the penultimate stage switch tomorrow. In the other city women's category, World Bicycle Relief Specialized 91 combined Shepard and Cycleops. Second up Cannondale factory racing, with Wellington Harlock and Kansas Mill. The first 2.5 minutes in the lead is Gold Factory Racing, and the third truck and the Controller. Without going on stage 5, it's a long time for these top 3 teams. And about 1 hour to the defending champion Gerald Olser, and right now the starter for the British Utility SUV SRAM in Football. The teams head out into the 3 route to the wild road trails in Wellington. The 3 usual suspects are the only Specialized 91 and World Factory Racing and World Factory Racing are the sharp end. All of the others are top illustrate pace. He's desperate to just take the race and put pressure on the other 2 teams. Unfortunately, her partner, Schurter, doesn't have a race today. She has been getting stronger and stronger on the first Cape Epic, but today she's already starting to stop. And falling behind and lose up a minute and a half by the time they reach the 50 centimetre mark. Next is the turn of Cannondale Factory Racing for the first on their own leaders. Never been the stronger one in the team thus far, but today, World American champion Winnebago has found 4, and a 32-year-old is the stronger class. As the temperature rises in South Africa's Western Cape, Coast Factory Racing sees weakness in Cannondale Factory Racing, as gradually drops into one lap and middle. To the further 9 road between Grand victory level of traffic. The cross the finish line in about 3 hours and 22 minutes. It's only a 6th consecutive stage victory. It's a clean sweep for the Dutch Swiss parent so far. Cannondale Factory Racing take another second place, just 20 seconds behind, consolidating their second place in GT. Third place goes to the English Specialized 91, 3 minutes and 43 seconds behind the double winners. The 20th applicator Expo 5 and Expo sees the English Specialized 91 take third. Cannondale Factory Racing are second, and Goat Factory Racing adding up their dividend with 6 out of 6 wins. The Orange Leaders jerseys stay with Goat Factory Racing ahead of the last of 26 tomorrow, hosted in Stellenbosch.
Wow, I just put the most amazing workflow on Monday.com.
You build your own workflow? Why? There are a bunch of amazing premium templates you can just choose from.
Yeah, I'm custom made for that. I work with a lot of vendors, planning my own code. It is everything that I need to know, and when I click submit, it automatically turns into an item exactly the way I want to see it. It just gives me peace of mind, knowing that everything is organized just the way that I like it.
That sounds cool, but I just clicked template, and I found a workflow someone made that has a lot of cool automations. Like when a creator is approved, it automatically moves the item to the production board, and then notifies all the relevant people so they can move it forward. It literally does most of the manual tasking used to do, so you can just find a board someone else already made and adjust it for your needs.
Now that's cheating. My workflow is 100% handmade. It fits me perfectly. It's not a rip-off.
It's an art.
That's deep, man.
Monday.com work management platform is flexible. So no matter what it is you do or however you like to work, it can fit you perfectly. Go to Monday.com and start your free trial today.
Welcome to the It is a beautiful setting. Unfortunately, for certain reasons, the clouds will come down, the rain will arrive, not in the heavy fashion, but there's enough moisture around you to get a little bit of slippery on the clouds. Dear Garden, that's good. The man knows all about the history of this event. This is a great one.
Sure, it's going to be another epic day for sure, and we did see some notable cross last night predicted through the temperatures, and as we made our way to the race village this morning in Stellenbosch, we encountered some drizzle, and the line is good as well, and that's a good thing. Gives a bit of relief from the respite from the heat we've been seeing across the day, and also from the clouds, and a little bit more in certain sections, but as we just said, it can be slippery in others, especially over those little bits. And the temperature may be low, which actually does it kind of levels the playing field when it comes to the output of the top riders at the high end of the field. And where the larger riders are affected more by the heat. Like the Matt is. So it might be a coincidence that this first stage yesterday, the swim temperatures started to come off the high of around 20 degrees we've been experiencing during the week. Talking about the racing is certainly not cooling off at all. It's red hot, and we'll be hearing from the riders down on the ground in just a moment.
Yes, the US is preparing for two very important days of racing. And we're going to be hearing from the major protagonist we got races on the top. And before this, let's hear from our two world media writers who are with an update.
Slightly different situation than the previous days. It's gorillas in the front, or in the mid, actually.
At least it's bloodless, but some people are really positive at the race, really slippery. And yeah, it's clouds. That's really a good weather to go for a ride, but I mean, we are here, there we go.
Some parts are hero dirt, some parts are like ice. So the dust on the hard track, it's like a soapy layer where you can really quickly slip. And we slipped on the uphill already, so the downhills are even more treacherous. Yeah, but it is what it is. Welcome to Africa. Rain is a blessing.
Yeah, good morning. How are you feeling?
A little bit out of balance right now. It's been another early morning, but otherwise I'm glad it's much cooler temperature, so looking forward to today.
Different conditions, that's for sure. It's stressing a little bit. It's around maybe below 20 degrees. Also, they expect not that long. Does it help for a better race, for better performance?
I think so. I think I'm a person that doesn't work so well in the heat, so for me it's definitely a good thing. But I think it's not raining too much, so the trials will just be perfect.
And also probably the train seems to have water lots going down the road.
Yes, exactly. Just settle it out, and then it's going to be good riding on there.
And your expectations for today, what are the tactics?
After another hard day, it's like a sharp teeth, it's up and down the whole time. I don't actually know the stage well. So, yes, good riders, I'm looking forward to it. I think the race is going really well, especially the front. So, yeah.
And with the long second track,
I think so. We'll see. I think the track's very great.
makes more difficult to find your position, especially when your teammates riding together.
Yeah, I think we don't have that big bad. We're not that many. But, yeah, it's definitely more unusual riding than this.
Could be the next stage you're going to happen now in the whole thing. It's going to be a lot of riding on
Yeah, there's quite a bit of time. I think it's going to be a problem now.
like today. Good morning. Thanks, man. That's too bad in Spain.
Yeah, it was a nice surprise for everyone. We don't have that full nice, I don't think about it.
So yeah, I think it's going to be a lot tougher racing today. Everyone feels a lot better in the cool, so. But yeah, it's a hard stage.
How do the legs feel this early morning?
Feel the same as any other day. I guess we'll see when it starts going up. But there's quite a hard kick at the beginning, so yeah, we'll buddy up quick.
Good morning. What's going on with your brother?
Yeah, it's raining right now. Actually, we got 2 reds, but I think it makes the race quite difficult. Settle down the dust and everything, so the mission is all clear and so we're looking forward to it.
So with these new organizations, many riders love to ride and have been extremely hot 3 days ago and out there.
Yeah, I think it was 35 degrees in Wellington, now it's 17, so half the temperature. Quite extreme, but I like it quite nothing. It's solar conditions and require lots of work cycle to hit the trails here on the
It's going to be a busy raining morning. Nice preparation yesterday.
Yeah, we came here quite fast with John Williams, so I think
They could put, I mean, we can't find it.
yeah, no, take that one for one way. Yeah, but
Ladies, that'll be good.
and then 4 days and then the previous days, yeah, hopefully we can benefit from that.
And also, like, on next morning, how you feeling?
Yeah, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. I'm surprised about what it is. It's a different
Not a few voices. Is there anything more?
Yeah,
flatter on paper, but hard on 4.5 wheels awarded this one. A lot of climbing involved, maybe the Queen stage even, because we had the shorter stage a few days ago. But also a lot of single tracks. Does that suit you well?
I think so. I think for sure it will be a hard stage. Today is the last super long one, but also tomorrow will still be very hard. So I think both days can be like hard days for us, but it can also be good days if it's hard for the others. So we'll see.
I wish you good luck for today. You have to go over 9 and there's not that much time left.
Cautious optimism, excitement at the changing of weather conditions as the riders roll away this morning at 7 o'clock. And the UCI men coaches the league leading this beautiful Footsenberg playing field, and the race village return here after 27 kilometers and 2,400 meters. Today's stage is after this is single broken 70. A lot of lovely trails in that one of the around the majority of the marathon. Highly valuable to the course. Turn up and on the down of the so this is the images from earlier today. As they left the field and the ticket, they rolled up on a rolling ride today. Having splits is alongside us once again, saying good morning.
Good morning, Gerald, and good morning, you. Yeah, thank you. And I was expecting that you just needed some changes on the rain that this morning. But you definitely also from the race.
Yeah, these conditions
I actually picture the hot conditions, but I guess also the racing all year all kind of environment. So I think at least to these conditions, also like the mindset goes quite into the day.
I have a question for you, Steve. You're used to your background is cross country, where it would be a 90-minute effort, and perhaps further back, maybe 120-minute effort. Then you could say that the weather for that effort would be more or less consistent. Whereas at the Amsterdam Epic, during one stage, the temperatures can range from perhaps even 4 or 5 degrees right up to 30 degrees. How do you deal with that?
These are always, I mean, speaking in general, it's a personal thing. I mean, how you can also deal with temperature changes. And, but I mean, if you, let's say it's a colder start, you just start the farm and you just get rid of that later in the stage, or if it's the other way around. As a pro, we have our stuff on the road, and then you also need to maybe got like a range here also if you think you need that. But I guess also for the amateur riders, you just need to look that you have like maybe layers, and that you have the option also to during the day or during the stage that you can just take something off or pick something up.
Donations on these riders who use the Alex racing category. They was alongside the cricket field of Footsenberg today. Just over in both the men's and women's racing today. This is the technical marketing area. A lot of things are being done. As we start driving the race, which of those cars cover can stay around for a little bit of the morning, maybe these races are running. So not much in it, and now we are going straight to our live images of the elite men's race, still out on the beautiful Marathi wine farm, where there are hundreds and hundreds, maybe thousands of spectators. You may well see them later on lining the route at the two water points. And it's a maze of a single traffic trail that these riders are going to do work out. I'm making sitting on the back of the Dutch trail.
The riders are about to reach the 47 kilometer mark. That should be Marathi Open. The first point at Marathi, 19 still next at the front. The rest of Specialized 91, one fast already, Scott Cannondale leader, and then see the Buckmaker, Leopold Factory, Leopold, and the Spanish Premier, Martin Munoz Moreno, along with the Singer Racing, Steve Jones, Martin Rickles, Steve Jones earlier on the stage winner. He likes the more miserable conditions, and we certainly seem to perform well in the miserable conditions. This is his temperature right behind the Dutch champion, unstaking at the moment. They had a great first 3 days, great showing the playoff first spot, and the following stage, getting into the first running mode, fourth stage. Thank you for the third stage, and the jerseys, carrying off shirts and Boston.
Lots of Vigo France here, the quality trailers here, a real maze, and you cycle the riders pretty quickly here. Not only from our perspective, but also from the riders' perspective. Canyon City, the Andrea Silva system combination has been getting stronger. What do you think?
No, I was definitely the race that's in Marathi trails, and it's really difficult in a way. If a team can just make a little bit of guess, it's so quickly outside and can pull away, and also a bit still unknown that there is we heard earlier tonight from Second South and Peter Speech. So my experience is already it really depends on how much rain it's got, or this little drizzle, it could just bind the dust, or it created like a slippery layer, because then I also remember from 2016 we also had here an event into the marketplace when it was quite slippery, but it was definitely a bit more rain than we had this month.
Yeah, we didn't have traffic a lot of rain there. We'll probably see just later on today. It hasn't really been that heavy with rain. But just the canyon on the front of Canyon City, their motivation is to try and get onto the podium. So Bart Megaline, 8:43 behind the leaders, but he's 3 minutes behind them on Canyon City. So that's why Andrea Civil and Bush are chasing a little worse, because the idea of Bart Megaline they're going to play for today.
But Megaman are in the next day, and that's breakfast of Megaman on stage 2. We've got the 2024 get off. The teams are going to highs and the lows are back in contention right now.
This is the Toyota Tough section, Methuselah, it's called, around 1.3 kilometers of incredible trail. Most of these trails today are the handiwork of a man, somewhat of the godfather of trail building in these parts. Marant Wurti, he runs Utopia up there at Marathi, which is the trail center, and you can go and explore these trails on Marathi via Utopia. But Methuselah is the trail that has been designated the Toyota Tough section today. Methuselah lived until he was 969. Some may say that Perot has been around that long because he's some of these trails wrong turn there by one of the canyon men. So it's just lost the position, and Matthew goes into second position on the trail. So this is the lead group enjoying the Toyota Tough section.
Well, Matthew is not letting Schutzman in at all, because they saw the early aggression, the aggressive pace just set by the gap caused by Canyon City, and that's certainly played into the hands of Hans Bacon and Bart Alleman. Bart Alleman and Hans Bacon losing time over yesterday to the German Swiss rider, still in Canyon see it's in the total just over 3 minutes behind our Dutch Belgian player.
But we could see so clearly in this corner it's still progress. So, no, but I think it's we don't have to risk that rise of pressure because of the slippery surface but it was just the right that also the other riders mentioned earlier. That just the vision is clear, you don't ride in the dust and others and you cannot keep the good position.
Rising on water point number 2 here. So that water is not as good as last night's rain, that is for sure.
And this is the water point.
There it is. Our second water point at 47 kilometers into today's 87 kilometer stage. Flash through there. But that's the bottom stakes as they headed out. But yes, it is true to say that drinking is vital to the riding today to keep fueled up for the 3 kilometers of the year that they ride. They've had 6 big days behind them as well, so they have to keep that power across. So just touching nicely there, the American teammate Matt Gears. They are the men who won yesterday's stage and have the yellow jersey today. 57 seconds for the World Cup. Today, we know shirt that Sebastian Finney, engineer from way on transforming that time today. Do you foresee that at all?
Not supposed to be he looked tired yesterday. Although he had problems in the way to keep Vivo's wheel or stay on Vivo's wheel. Just so I probably also just hope that the shorter stage and having a bit more recovery, more rest, that helps in the way for the final 2 days. Because also today and tomorrow, it's going to be a tough one. It's not an easy rolling on the Guatemala stage. It's going to be still tough.
Just will tell you how far they are. Much of the trail there, they've heard a tough section just passed through Marathi, heading north, and then off new trails there. They're on their way towards the game to either side trail. What looks like is the sting in the trail, down the state of what the single captain trail was. We do a pickup just before they get to Pittsburgh here.
Put down any kind of significant power, and he's allowed his partner Gail Geiger to continue without him. So bad news for the Orbea Lead Speed Company team, the 2022 champions, are now out of the race. And leading into Toyota Specialized 91, Canyon C, William Victoria Factory, World Bicycle Elite, Team KMC, Buff Megamo, and Rio Tapato, of Daniel Gesma, the Austrian, and the Italian Jacob Dorigoni.
Good news in this, and of course, that withdrawal there the Julia Victoria move up a position at this stage with the classification to 4th place. So the fighting down below not just at the sharp, at the very sharp end, but Shimano faces plenty of competition there. He's really not letting each other go at all in that race. Well, that's up. Nothing back to this kind of thing.
In the men's category, we've got really a race between first and second, and then a race between fourth and third. Fourth and third race consists of the two teams in the mix are Italian CD and Buck Legamo. In the 3 minutes between them, Buck Legamo still holding on to the first spot.
This is the second group on the road here. That's how they do that with the Letizia team. Just a few seconds, probably about 18-20 seconds behind that. This elite group of racers, the yellow jerseys in prime position, to defend themselves. Now, the inspection goes to the Dutch jersey. Good showing from the Italian pair, Fabian Ravensteiner and Samuel Bora. You heard them pre-race say that they are feeling better and better. This is the stage they've done well in the past. Bart Alleman comes on the outside as well. That's Becking's partner in the European Champions jersey. And they are targeting a stage win here, and also, of course, looking to defend their position on general classification from Canyon City. That's a race within a race here on stage number 6 of the classification. Daniel Gismeyer, first sighting of Daniel Gismeyer, what he may do, wonders of this event in the past two driving the rest of the credibility of the challenge. This year that will be the part of their support for the under the 300 may well be able to find leading win, and indeed we have the RMX women's category. And this is a familiar picture you've seen pretty much all throughout this week. The Cannondale Factory Racing on the blue, the racing, the Ghost Factory Racing, and the Coast uniform follow I said untouchable, so they discussed back and so let them previous computers, but they did not show any chink in their arm at all over this week's week.
Yeah, and earlier was by at the last checkpoint or split time, there was also still the Toyota Specialized 91 team, Sofia Gomez Villafane and Samara Shepard with these two teams. But now it seems like they dropped back, and the tennis is now here just in the lead, and in actual fact they need to make a move. They are under pressure. If they want to still make a change, they have to put pressure on those names, Anna and Nicole.
Well, the New Zealander, Samara Shepard, looks to be suffering just a little bit here as Sophia Gomez Villafane looks over her shoulder and encourages her. And they made a bit of an attack earlier, but that is a telling sign. Gomez Villafane giving Samara Shepard a push up this time. And that tells you a story. The speed over the last 5 or 6 days has taken a toll on Shepard. And it's the first application opportunity for her. This is what the race does. It's exactly every day.
Yeah, and it's so obvious. During these 8 days, you can have a each day, and tomorrow a bit stronger in the team, but now it's not that you have today over again.
Earlier in the day, in this stage, just before that first strong week, there was been an attack from this pair. They tried to push the leading two under pressure. It didn't last too long, and they were hunted down and caught on the next little gradient that went uphill. So it's going to be a long battle for this pair. Their position on the general classification is rock solid. They're well. They are the next team behind the V4 private clients are an hour and 13 behind the leaders. On the right hand side goes factory racing. The race leaders are Anna Terpstra and Nicole Kohler. Alongside them, Cannondale factory racing, Candice Lill and Mona Mitterwalder. The first and second place finishers at the World Marathon Championships last year. And they are chasing the Lill-Mitterwalder combination. A possible win here in the Amstel Cape Epic. They started today 2 minutes and 51 seconds behind the race leaders in the orange jersey. Doesn't sound like a lot, but the dominance that the Terpstra and Kohler have shown this week suggests that it's going to take something very, very special from Lill and Mitterwalder to win this race.
On paper, this is still the closest race we've seen in the women's category so far. But what says that doesn't speak about the, as you said, the dominance. The fact that there is zero chink in the armor of the Ghost Factory racing team, as we saw in the video. There's just a slight gap there. Keep an eye on that if you watch the video carefully to see if there are any signs of weakness. The pairing of her and Candice Lill, they have found every single day to keep fighting, to keep putting pressure on Ghost Factory racing. And I think with just any sign of it, if they start right, they're going to capitalize as much as they can in trying to equal that deficit. It's entirely on their rival Ghost Factory racing. Nicole Kohler, the former junior world champion, the country Olympic discipline, and also
مستحيل تجيب المعلم لما عقلك علق اعلق اكسترا اعلق وروق.
the road world champion in the team time trial mixed relay discipline. That was in 2022. And her partner Anna Terpstra, winner of 2 World Cups and multiple national champion of the Netherlands.
We also had in previous years still changes of the leader jersey on the second round of the last day. So a few minutes or close to 2 minutes gap it can get into a very, very
Yes, as comfortable as those doing the happy on Terpstra opponents throughout the week. They know equally well. What happened last year, the lead take has dramatic that they Lawrence with Ray and they are vigilant and wary of the threat posed by Cannondale factory racing and the world of the management firm. What they all do, they have a long time all into the training and preparing for their cross-country years in the past into these beautiful trails around Marathi, this greater Silversberg Conservancy area. Spectacular. This is to the north-west of Stellenbosch, so they are exploring those trails to the final day. They'll be exploring the trails in a completely different direction in the Yorkshire Valley of Stellenbosch. Switch back on them and they are being up into the conservancy, which is set by Nicole Kohler. Very, very comfortable shoes looking amazing. That's better than Terpstra. The combination is really good. They didn't have to really good pieces for racing. Well on the first
So for Mona, definitely also it was an advantage that the rain was a little drizzle had settled a bit the dust. She was very cautious in the downhill, so riding behind the others with the dust. Photo vision is very important.
Group of riders, Corolla, Lil, Terpstra, and Vittivon.
When we say we haven't seen a single sign of weakness from Ghost Factory Racing, we really mean that there has never been a single, almost no daylight between the two teams and then between the two riders of Ghost Factory Racing, except when what we see now with Canvas North doing between the two riders, and they have defended that. They, in fact, we've seen in the past few days Nicole Collar, in fact, edging out any kind of moves and holding their ground. They've seen any attacks from the likes of Mona Mitterwalder, so we're trying to get a good position on the trail, and Nicole Collar accelerated and keeping her out of that position, making sure that they hit that last section of trail yesterday that we saw that was pivotal in their victory. And they were, the two Ghost Factory Racing riders were together, and they could use their cross-country skills to their benefit and create just a bit of a gap on the downhill, and that made all the difference.
Yeah, we see in a picture that Sophia Villafane, yeah, she also pulled a little bit away from Samara Shepherd and Jason Nixon, our e-bike camera woman behind Samara Shepherd. You could see normally also in the riding style, like if a rider's getting more tired, so the tendency to actually ride bigger gears, that the cadence comes down, that's definitely a signal or a sign of tiredness. And we could see definitely like with the Ghost woman, with the like we still have a nice. We're trying to keep also a nice pedal stroke, a high cadence, and also for maybe also for our amateur riders out there, it's yeah, if you keep like a higher cadence, it also helps you in the long shot. Even if you start, if you remind yourself in the early stages, in the early days, try always to keep like a little bit of a higher cadence. It helps.
Stretch your legs.
It helps you on the later days, in the the week.
When you say pushing the lower gears, if you're on the back foot and you're pushing lower gears, it starts to compound the fatigue going into the later days.
And you don't. I would say very few people have legs like really shorter who can push a 38 chainless.
Absolutely. The difference is with Luna Shirley can push it. She has 38 chainless, 14 faster high pace. There he is. On the front of Luna Shirley, Sebastian Finney is the man behind him. Of course, you just lost him there as we got a finish of Luna Shirley on the front there. There he told him, I don't guess I'm looking for his partner, also for a goal. He said, looks as though this group has tilted a little as they've been climbing away from the Waterlock trails, and so the gaps are starting to appear. Men's race, Thomas Ditch and Stefan Sam, the two men, they've separated into following those two groups. And now we are back in the beautiful Marathi wine farm, the Methuselah Trail. Methuselah, in this sense, it refers to the size of a champagne bottle. Methuselah is a 6-litre bottle. They've done Nebuchadnezzar as well. The Nebuchadnezzar is a 15-litre bottle, another name of a trail.
Methuselah is the Toyota Tough section, and these riders are flowing down this beautiful trail in and out of the forest. It's a maze of trails here in the Marathi wine farm, which incidentally is not quite as old as Methuselah was, at 339 years, but it was established by Lawrence Kampfer and Sella van der Kaap, and those two names adorn their flagships with reds and whites at this beautiful farm.
We certainly are in wine country and in mountain biking country. The two are inextricably linked in the Western Cape, with many of the wine farmers being cyclists and building and helping and contributing to the amazing trail network that we see today, and in fact the entire week.
Yeah, I mean the Melk family have ownership of this farm now, Ronnie Melk, since 1987. In fact, the first Melk owned the farm in 1763. But now Rake Melk is the man, the owner of the farm now, and he loves riding his bike around here. He calls his favorite ride the Doctor's Ward Round. 27 k's, 800 meters of climbing, and no doubt incorporates a visit to Methuselah as well.
We're just about to see the riders approach the Morgenhof Concha, another wine farm, and expect them. They're well past the 50-kilometer mark, and when they hit Morgenhof, that is a USN Hydro Point, will be after the Knoorhoek descent, and Morgenhof marks the 60-kilometer mark. We'll be keeping an eye on just how the riders are doing and what the time checks are. You can see there down below the Willier Factory Racing Team, the Willier Victoria team, and we are going to be keeping an eye on Nino Schurter. We do not see the red Danish National Championships jersey of Sebastian Finney. Where is he? We'll keep you updated as soon as we know more.
Becking Alleman on the front here, Buffmaker, then William Victoria, then the yellow jerseys. It's sketchy stuff as they're charging down here, and just keeping it steady. And if you're a second, third, fourth wheel there, perhaps is Schurter. They come out of the trees. We just missed them there. It may have been there. Flashing down not too far off the back. You can rest assured you won't be too far behind the pace here will be no Schurter.
This is a hard day out. And we heard Vera Loza talking about that jagged tooth profile, that shark tooth profile. Just
there they are.
The endless sharp rises and tricky technical climbs and sharp climbs all the way through the race. We take things and we look at it more of a macro point of view, and out on the trails there are some very steep little sections that might not be obvious on the profile, but could create that all-important gap that the front runners are looking for. The advantage over their rivals. Any sign of weakness, any bad moment will be capitalized on, and there'll be absolutely no mercy in this final, the last weekend, the weekend in Stellenbosch.
32 kilometers to go for Elite Men, and that's Sebastian Finney in the red jersey, and ahead of him his partner Nino Schurter, the world cross-country champion, and chasing for all their worth now because they've lost ground on that lead group of 4 teams, and most importantly for them, the yellow jerseys in that. Behind them, Sergio Manticot and his partner Peter Vakot. So they are chasing hard. Not Vakot is Manticot's partner, but they are chasing for all their worth here to try and close the gap.
Canyon City had a great day yesterday with also made full use of their backup team. The backup team helping them more or less like road tactics, guide them to the front of the race so they could make their move and cause a decisive split. And just a recap on Toyota Specialized 91 have a 2-minute and 57-second gap over their nearest rivals, World Bicycle Relief, on the overall general classification going into stage 5, and now very much in the thick of the action of stage 5. You see Sebastian Finney and Nino Schurter falling off the group, and Hans Becking and Wout Alleman very much in that group, along with Canyon CD. Albeit Elite Speed Company going into the stage with an advantage, but obviously really having them withdrawn, it makes it more wide open, and we're back with the women.
Yes, that was the leading women, so the 2 teams with the master men who have now caught them in the blue ATT Data master jerseys. The orange Aramex leaders jerseys just up ahead of them, and perhaps an opportunity now for the open road for the Masters to try and get past them. There are not many opportunities here. There's so much single track.
Yeah, so but they already try in a way to pass the ladies before heading actually here into the Toyota Technical Terrain section.
So they go into the forest. We'll lose sight of them briefly as they make their way onto these trails in Marathi. Terpstra and Carla with Mitterwalder and Lil, and there's the blue jerseys. They've got themselves in the middle of that
Yeah,
group
so
there.
Mona Mitterwalder is now a bit stuck, I would say stuck, but actually got like separated from the other two teams, or from her team, from Cannondale and the Go Spectral Racing team.
Well, this is it's down into the Methuselah Toyota Tough section. This isn't a great situation for Candice Lill and Mona Mitterwalder with the Masters there. You feel that maybe just give it a moment to wait until they can get past them on a wider section. And we're trying to get past there Carl Platt and Tommy Misa, but Nicole Kohler and Terpstra, Candice Lill in between them as they go down Methuselah. They're just on the back of this group. It's one of the difficulties. I mean,
it's always a tricky situation, you know, when you have like the different categories, if they caught up to each other, and you don't know, you're also seeing it all from the side Carl Platt. Okay, you don't want to interfere actually with the women's race, but on the other hand, also you also don't want to lose time for your own race for that competition. But in general, he's very fair and not in a way risks or takes risks with overtaking the women's.
Well, they've got past them on the Methuselah trail. So Missa, who is a downhiller, was a world-class downhiller, he and Carl Platt.
Carl Platt as well. So
also, yes.
In his junior years,
yeah. Absolutely. Using the skills, and off they go. And getting themselves out of the way. New Jersey, the Entity Masters leaders. And you know, this is just a very small example of why the UCI women's have their own start group now. It wasn't always the case with the African.
I guess also with the UCI status that you also have then in all the races like that you have like own, or that the women's really also have their own race, and also what is also not allowed, that women can now take a draft or can sit on the wheel from men, but also the other way around. So the categories need to stay clean. They just allowed to race within the category, not using other categories.
Well, it's good to see that the top two women's team are together again, and they're reaching the bullet point, and that is that the 47 kilometer mark, and they are very much just looking at the time. They're 9:30, so after an hour and a half or 2.5 hours of racing, they reached the Marathi world point, and now it's all about looking back to see what the gap is between them and Toyota Specialized 91.
It's quite sizable as they leave that water point. That's a bottle snatched, and away they go. Of course, as we've been saying all week with the wine farms, it is peak harvest time here. And winemaker Hunter de Villiers is the man on Marathi's estate. He's in his 10th harvest on the farm. It's a busy time, and thanks to the landowners of these farms for allowing the race to traverse through their land at such a busy time.
Seeing the top two women's teams in the race, and women's cycling has developed hugely in the last few years, certainly has hugely in the time that I've been at the race. Starting one of the big moments in women's cycling was equal prize money, and one of the first events to spearhead that. since then, there have been some tremendous developments. The Ghost Factory Racing Team is an all-women team. There was a factory racing team with no men. It's an all-women team, and some of the great movements in cycling. We've seen earlier some of the riders are riding the Liv brand, and Liv is also an exclusively women brand. Only women work on the Liv brand. Liv is part of the giant stable of brands. Johnny Bicycles, one of the biggest brands in the world, in fact the biggest brand in the world. And great to see the sport developing as it has.
So through the USN Hydro Point, the leading men now at just on 61 kilometers thereabouts. And Hans Becking and Wout Alleman are looking as though they are putting their names in lights today. Alleman, the European champion, in front, Becking in the Dutch champion's jersey. They were in front as they went through the Marathi section, and you don't see anyone left behind them there except our Bulls Media e-bike.
Well,
Either there's a big gap there. There we go.
We can see that Wout Begum are highly motivated there. They had an amazing first 3 days in the race, and also can't forget that they had a couple of bad days after it. So they had a day in yellow, which was a good day for them, another day in yellow, a very bad day where they lost that yellow jersey to Toyota Specialized 91, but today it looks like they're pretty good. We're down with Stefan Sam. On the Bulls Media e-bike, and we're hoping to get some information from him down on the trails. Stefan.
Hey, Leo, how are you? Yeah, lots happening now. We have a breakaway, Hans Becking and Wout. They tried it. In the single track, looks like it's coming back.
Feeling the heat from behind you there, Stefan.
Yeah. I need to find
There
it.
they are.
So the gap's been closed, and you're now at the tail end. Some new faces and new riders in this group, Stefan. Connection with Stefan is just not as we would like, so we can't hear exactly what he's saying. They're going through the Morgenhof trails. This is Tim Swinger, Desirata, the KMC pair, who have put themselves in that lead group there, so they're going very, very nicely. And this is Pavel Bernas and Sergio Manticon. They are a little bit off the back of that group now.
Significantly?
Yep. There is Sebastian Finney and his partner Nino Schurter.
Well, they're second place on overall, going into the stage, 2 minutes and 57 at disadvantage or a deficit to Toyota Specialized 91 and Wout Begum at 8:43. And that time here is, looks like it's under threat again. And the gap between Wout Begum and World Bicycle Relief is around about 5 minutes and 25 seconds. So Wout Begum team will be looking to eat into that deficit of 5 minutes and 25. Wout Begum 8:23 back on Toyota Specialized 91. The team of Beers and Gross look like the pendulum is swinging in their favor, but it's certainly not swinging in the favor of Nino Schurter and Sebastian Finney.
Leaving Morgenhof, one of the many wine farms that passed through today, and this is the gap to the leaders. Thomas Deitch is with Nino Schurter and Sebastian Finney. Stefan Sam, as we just saw there, he's with that lead group. So that gap is it's yo-yoing, but Nino Schurter and Sebastian Finney really cannot afford to let it get any bigger. They're going to be coming under some pressure. Wout Begum clearly on a good day today. Wout Alleman and Hans Becking.
Yeah, maybe also like the cooler temperature of plates also in their favor, and I mean Wout, he had very strong, he was very strong at the beginning, and then he had in between 2 days where he was definitely suffering, and maybe also like just a cooler temperature for the Dutch Belgian pairing. That's good. That's really good.
This is the lead group. The blue jerseys unfamiliar at this stage of the at this part of the race this week have made an appearance. That is Reiter and Swinger, Tim Swinger and Thijs Reiter, the KMC pair. So they are enjoying a very, very good day and looking to stage win whilst the GC races, the GC teams fight it out. Canyon City and there's Seerwald and Mark Stutzman still in the mix here. They've also got stronger and stronger. Will be ruining a slow start to the week. Likewise, Fabian Ravenstein and Samuel Pora.
Well, the race certainly is heating up as they pass through the escalator section, the escalator part of the trails today. And the local runners will know the escalator section. They'll know exactly what the challenges it poses and how much of a selection it can create in the this race at this point. We are well past the 60-kilometer mark and approaching the Idis Valley trails, and very soon we'll be catching a glimpse of the Idis Valley Dam, and as they head towards the last main obstacle of the day, Bonkmanskop, and the technical trail down for the doctor.
If the trail names are always programmed, then an escalator is better than an elevator.
Oh yes, yes, Finney, look at the gap there. Finney and Schurter.
Fantastic visuals here. We can really get a sense of what is happening in the racing. It's quite rare. With this densely packed network of trails we saw on the map, concentration on this particular area around Marathi and heading out of the Marathi area is very dense, and it allows the visuals to really get a sense of where the riders are out on the trail. And the time gaps are one thing, but when you can see the riders, it just gives us a real sense of the pace set by Buff Megamo at the front. Huntsbecking in his National Championships jersey, and Bart Alleman will be in close attendance in his European Championships jersey. And also right there where the action is, the yellow jerseys in close attendance, watching closely. Couldn't say riding defensively because they are really at the very front of affairs. But we're going to be keeping an eye on the Canyon City team. They have certainly come good throughout the week. They had a disappointing first couple of days. Andreas Seerwald did mention that he made a few mistakes. And there is, it looks like Mark Stutzman there. Where is his partner?
Where is his partner? And there's only one KMC rider in this little group here. The yellow jersey is quite happy today. Becking and Alleman do the work here. Sharp hairpin here for the Dutchman and the Belgian to get around.